So today, Rob, Gracie, and I are going to do Loggers Alley. For those of you who might have knee problems, this one's not too terrible. Now the incline coming back up, that is no joke, but it does transverse the ski slopes. So you kind of get a pretty view in the summertime of all the wildflowers on the ski slopes. And it'll take you to the bottom of Shamokin Falls. So if you have any kind of mobility issue that would prevent you from rock scrambling or doing steep inclines, this would be a great way to get to the bottom of Shamokin Falls. So you're gonna park at the Discovery Ridge area in Wintergreen, and there's a gravel parking area, and then you're gonna head down this gravel road. So I'll show you some of the sights along the way. So I really wish you could smell, like there was smell-o-vision or something, because it smells wonderful out here. Just all of the wildflowers mixed with, it smells like lemon balm. It just smells really great, and it's about to rain, so you've got that smell mixed in too. Hopefully it won't rain too hard, but if it does, what's the worst thing that happens? We just get wet, right? Once you cross the expert slopes to, you're crossing Cliffhanger to Wild Turkey, you're going to see a fork. You're going to stay to the right. Loggers Alley is a part of the perimeter hike at Wintergreen, and the perimeter hike is denoted with red blazes. We're not going to walk the whole perimeter. This is going to be an out and back hike. You're going to notice that the path's pretty grown up once you get past the ski slopes. So quick gear check. I do recommend pants because there are some stinging nettles on this hike, and I also recommend waterproof shoes because you're going to kind of cross over a couple of streams, and you don't want wet feet. So you're going to notice there will be a couple of forks in this path. Stick to the left as you're heading towards the falls. And then when you're coming back, you'll stick to the right. This was an old logging alley, so there are a couple of pull-offs along the way. So we're just going to keep to the left here. There are lots of ways to get to Loggers Alley. We parked at Discovery Ridge because we wanted to start at the beginning of Loggers Alley, walk all the way to the end and back. But if you are staying in Dobie or are near the Highland Trail, you can access it from the Dobie Yellow Trail down to Loggers Alley. If you're up on the Condo Ridge, you can access it from the Chestnut Springs Trail. And at this point, you're going to notice that the blazes are going to indicate that you're making a turn, either right or left. Right to stay on the reds, and then left, the blazes are going to turn yellow. So you're still on Loggers Alley. notice that there are parts of this trail that are a bit rutted up, and that's because there is a Range Rover, honey? Range Rover Club that makes a sizable donation to the Nature Foundation in exchange for being able to run Loggers Alley all the way down to the valley during one weekend every spring. And if you were to follow this trail all the way down, it would take you into a neighborhood associated with Wintergreen that is an off-roading trail. It's a 4x4 only neighborhood. And so that area is where the lower Shamokin Falls are, but we're heading to the upper Shamokin Falls. At this point, we have crossed the Shamokin Falls, and this is the access way to get to the upper falls. You can also get to it from the other side of the bottom of the upper Shamokin Falls. I took a picture of that and showed you that a little bit ago. But, you might be feeling great right now. You might be feeling like, hey, I'm gonna walk up this mountain to see the top of the falls, and I say more power to you. Today, I'm not going to do that because I'm remembering that I have to climb back up Loggers Alley. And even though I'm feeling awesome right now, I know that that's going to be quite the climb for me. And I'll probably have to stop every 2 or 3 blazes because the incline's a bit of a butt kicker. I'll tell you how many times I have to stop once I get to the ski slopes. And hopefully it's fewer than 5. That's the goal I'm setting for myself. That would be a reach for me. At this point it's raining, so I'll try and take a few pictures, but you might not see many on the way back. But I'll check back in with you when we get back to the slopes. So at this point you're probably thinking that's not much of a falls. And you're right, we are in a drought in the state of Virginia right now. The governor's even issued some water restriction warnings. So we're really glad for the rain. We are not complaining about the rain right now. And any rain we get will just make these falls more beautiful. I did forget to tell you that to get to this point from our starting point was 2.25 miles. So we're heading back. It should be an out and back trip of about 4.5 to 5 miles. So Gracie's ready for it. She's energized with this cool mountain water, and the rain has got me hustling. Stop 1, just climbed an incline. There are people in front of us, so we're gonna let them go ahead and go so I can leave this kooky Gracie off of her leash. And also so I can catch my breath. Who are we kidding? So this is stop number 2 for me. I'm pretty proud of myself. Normally, I have stopped well before now for my second stop. So it could be that the weather's keeping the heat down, but I can tell you that this is not sweat. This is tears. My fat cells are crying tears right now because that was all incline. It's also humidity. I wish the skies would open up because I think I would probably be cooler, but the air is really soupy. Quick reminder, Rob wanted me to remind you that Loggers Alley is going to turn from a red trail to a yellow trail because Loggers Alley in part is part of the perimeter, but then it is not. And so make sure that you're following the signs, because if you stay on those red marked trails, you'll be walking a long time. Hopefully we won't have too many more stops before we get to the ski slopes, and then it's a pretty easy transverse across the ski slopes and back to the car. All right, guys, so I didn't need another stop. I only needed 2 stops this hike, and I'm so super proud of myself, but I Did want to pause because, one, it's raining, yahoo, it's not quite as hot as it was or humid as it was, and two, I wanted to point out a couple of things. First, you see this vine going up this tree? Do not touch that. That is going to put you in a world of hurt. That is a poison ivy vine, and there's some on that tree too, and it's why this filthy dog is going to be getting a shower with a bunch of shampoo when we get home, because she's been playing puppy parkour up and down the mountain while we've been hiking and is probably covered in poison ivy oil. So I'm not going to mess with that. See you back at the car, hopefully, because the rain is coming down. What are you doing? Let's go see if we can see any deer on the ski slope. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, Gracie. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Did you see any? Did you see any? I don't see any. We jumped one a second ago. We didn't get it on tape. There's a deer. Now that makes the second deer we have seen on this hike. It's exciting. They love to hang out in the tall grasses of these ski slopes. So cool. So we're wrapping up today's hike. I had 2 stops coming back, which is not bad because the incline coming back was
1,200 feet.
1,200 feet, according to Rob. And so that's a decline of 1,200 feet and 2¼ miles to get to the falls, and an incline of 1,200 feet. And 2¼ miles to get back. We've seen some wildlife. We now smell like wildlife. I'm excited to get a shower, bake some bread, have some wine, all the good things. Thanks for joining me today. Peace.